We've had 21 months of daily genocidal depravity. It was abundantly clear from day one that the Israeli state was going to commit genocide. They made it clear the Palestinian people were the enemy as they saw it. They made clear that they were going to treat them as human animals. They made clear that they were going to wipe Gaza from the face of the earth and make a city of tents, as one Israeli official said. They made clear they were going to starve the Palestinian people. There was no excuses for not knowing. Western media outlets and politicians made this possible, and now we see this outbreak of hand-wringing from politicians and my colleague in the Western media. And it's not about saving the Palestinian people from the apocalyptic ruin that the West has imposed upon them. This is about those who are guilty of some of the worst crimes of our age, trying to whitewash their responsibility, their guilt. They know a reckoning's coming, and they know that reputations are going to be destroyed, and they know that people are going to go to prison. I firmly believe that. One day, a government will come to power that won't have to draw up new laws like this lot have done to prescribe Palestine action and lock up people who oppose genocide. They will just enforce the Genocide Convention, which criminalises complicity in genocide and imposes a legal responsibility on governments to prevent the crime of genocide. They're going to go to prison, and they know a reckoning is coming. So that's what this hand-wringing is about, and that's why we need people on the streets, because hand-wringing isn't going to save the Palestinian people. Sanctions on Israel, the end of arms sales, and drastic action to stop a genocide will save the Palestinian people from their fate, not politicians and journalists trying to absolve themselves of what they have done. What the British government has done is too little too late. They, for example, did sanctions against two far-right ministers, two particularly extreme ministers, Smotrich and Ben-Gvir, along with other Western states, but notably it was for their words, their inflammatory incendiary words, not their actions. Why? Because if they imposed sanctions against them for their actions, that would then expose the complicity of the British government, because they've been arming those actions. And they didn't impose sanctions against Israel as a whole. I mean, we have ongoing billions of pounds worth of trade with Israel. We haven't imposed sanctions on the government and the state as a whole, as we have against other countries on the grounds that they're complicit in war crimes, for example. We continue to arm them and provide crucial components for F-35 jets. And what they've done is dangle Palestinian statehood as a bargaining chip when it's an inalienable right. And of course it's important to recognise Palestinian statehood, but it's the most symbolic action you can take. There won't be a Palestinian state left to recognise because it's being exterminated and obliterated by Israel. The fact is, the reason it's so little and so late is because they don't want to take the actual action that they need to take in order to stop a genocide from taking place. They're complicit, obviously, in this genocide. They facilitated it from day one. They're not passive bystanders, and they know they're complicit, and, you know, they regard Israel as a key strategic ally in the Middle East, and they're not willing to break that relationship. They're just hand-wringing for domestic political consumption. That's what this is really about. It's not about taking action to save the Palestinians. All the actions that the British government have taken is because people have fought and campaigned. It's two things. It's the work, particularly of Palestinian journalists, who have suffered the biggest slaughter of journalists in human history as they recorded the extermination of their own people. But they've revealed to the world what's happened, and that's obviously had a massive impact on public opinion. And it's people protesting on the streets, putting pressure on their governments to stop arming and facilitating a genocide. And obviously that hasn't succeeded yet in stopping that genocide from taking place, but everything that's been secured is only because of that pressure. And I firmly believe that if we keep pushing, not least because a reckoning is going to come, there is going to be justice one day, people have to believe that, then yes, I think we can force them to stop arming and facilitating genocide. But I have to say, they've wiped Gaza off the face of the earth. I mean, you know, Trump said a civilization of Gaza has been wiped out, and he was right. You know, it's too late to save Gaza from the fate that's been unleashed against it. That doesn't mean it's all over for the Palestinian people, but nothing can reverse the abomination that has been inflicted on Gaza. So whatever action we take now isn't to stop a catastrophe which has already happened. It's to stop the Palestinian people from being wiped out as a group, as defined under the Genocide Convention altogether. That's what this is really about now.